Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about Arbonne and why as a Christian I do not recommend starting a network marketing business. So, before I get into the whole nitty-gritty of my Arbonne experience, I just want to make it clear that as consultants, we are independent consultants, and everything that I was told to do didn't actually come from Arbonne, it came from my upline. So if you know much about network marketing, what happens is you are sponsored into a team by whoever you join. So you can't just become an independent consultant, you have to be linked to somebody. So the people that you are linked to are your upline, and they go all the way up to the top of the company. Whoever's at the top of the company, it kind of dwindles down and you become part of their success line, it's called. The Arbonne products are actually amazing. I love them. They're very expensive, but in terms of quality, they are top-notch products. So Arbonne make it very clear when you sign up with them that you are an independent consultant and that everything you do with your business is totally on you. You are independent, and they have strict guidelines on what you can say and how you can run your business. So everything that I'm going to talk about here comes from my upline, not from Arbonne as an actual company. I don't have a problem with Arbonne. I have a problem with the community. Okay, so I'll put a little timestamp here if you just want to jump ahead to how I found it was unbiblical, if that's the part you're interested in. But I think it's important before we get to that part that I tell you my story and how I actually got sucked into Arbonne in the first place. So what happened was I was a full-time deputy head teacher, also the special needs coordinator, and a lot of other little jobs within the school. So basically my whole life was Dan, who's my husband, and work. That was my all. And then me and Dan decided that we wanted to have children, and as soon as I felt pregnant, I started freaking out and thinking, oh my goodness, how am I going to do this? I can't do this job. Like, I'm working from 7 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night every single day. I have so much paperwork to do, and it really did freak me out of how I was going to do my job and be the mum that I wanted to be, because I knew that as soon as I had that baby in my arms, I would want to be with them all of the time. So I was talking to my friends about it, freaking out as you do with your friends, and one of them actually had an Arbonne business, and she used to work for the NHS, and she was able to completely quit the NHS through her Arbonne income. So she was like, can I talk to you about it? She'd been trying to talk to me about it for 2.5 years. You know what they're like, on and on and on at you. But I kept blowing her off. I was like, I am not interested in your Arbonne business. But as soon as I got pregnant, I was like, actually, maybe I should take a listen to this, because she's actually been able to leave her full-time job just to run Arbonne, and she'd managed to go to Australia for 3 months and was still earning money as she was in Australia. So I was like, maybe I do need to listen about this. So I got around my house and she was talking to me about it, and it sounded amazing. Literally sounded so amazing. And I was like, oh my goodness, I could totally do that while I'm working. Just have a few product parties, sell some bits and bobs, and if anybody wants to join my team, then I make money off them as well. Win-win. So I signed up that day and I got 3 parties booked straight in at my house, and within that first month 5 people joined my team and also had their own launch party. So they all had 3 parties each and people joined their team. So within 1 month I had 16 people in my team and I was earning over £1,000, and I went to area manager. And everybody was like, who is this girl? How is she doing that? That's amazing. I've been doing Arbonne for over a year and I'm still at district manager level. What are you doing? And I got all of this praise. I didn't know what I was doing. I literally had a party and people joined my business because they trusted me, and it was this whole whirlwind which I didn't know what was happening, but obviously I was getting wrapped up in all of this. But yeah, that first paycheck I was like, oh my goodness, I've made the right decision here, this is amazing. And everyone was singing my praises and they were giving me gifts. So I remember getting a beautiful bouquet of flowers off a girl in my upline. They gave me some books which were on how to run a network marketing business. I got jewellery. Honestly, it was ridiculous. And then the actual Arbonne company were gifting me as well. Arbonne run incentives, so because my business jumped up 2 levels, I was hitting the incentive. I also got £400 worth of products for free. I got a bag, I got an Arbonne key necklace. So as you can imagine, I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, I'm getting gifts left, right and centre. I'm earning commission. These girls are so lovely and supportive, have welcomed me into the team. All I can describe it as is a whirlwind of feeling amazing and of feeling successful. And then in my 3rd month of Arbonne, that is when I had Ryan, my first child. So I went on maternity leave at work, and the Arbonne girls were pushing me to continue making sales. And I was like, guys, I just want to kind of relax. I've had a baby, he's newborn. I had an emergency C-section, so So a lot of different things went on where I just wanted to rest. I didn't really want to push my Arbonne business or anything like that, but they were like dogs on heat, because obviously I didn't realize at the time, but I was making them a lot of money, and because of all the sales that were going through my business, that also was going through my upline's business. I should probably explain how it works. So the way that you move up the levels in Arbonne is everything that goes through your business collects points. So I think it works out that every American dollar that's spent, you get 1 QV point, it's called, and when you get a certain amount of QV points, you get promoted through the levels. So I didn't know this at the time. I had no clue. I literally was just doing as I was told by my upline, and I was being successful. So I was just doing whatever they told me to do. But I didn't realize that because I was being successful, that was making them successful as well. It was pushing them up the levels. So when I went on maternity leave, they all started freaking out because they weren't then getting my sales because I wasn't pushing for sales, which meant that their businesses were suffering because they needed my sales to keep at the level that they had gotten to. Honestly, it was just such a hoo-ha. So I noticed a difference in them then because they started pushing me. It was, what's your goal this month? I need to know your goal because that affects my goal. So say they were going for $10,000 worth of sales, they wanted me to factor in, I don't know, say $5,000 worth. And if I wasn't doing the $5,000 worth, then they had to find that extra $5,000 elsewhere. So it was stressing them out because they were expecting me to keep up the standard that I'd started with. Well, I didn't know what I was doing. So that was an eye-opener because I thought, oh, why are they being like that? I thought they were nice, but they're actually turning on me because I'm not putting sales through. I've just had a baby. Bear in mind that I'm a Christian and I'm going into this business and I know nothing about it. So they then tell me to read this book called The Secret. And I am a big researcher before I read books. I like to read all about the book and make sure that it is something that I want to put in my mind before I read it, because there's some weird books out there. Thank goodness that is the way that I think, because I googled The Secret and I realised that it was completely new age, totally new age, and it's all about the law of attraction, manifestation, putting things out into the universe and getting good back from it. And straight away I was like, why on earth would I want to read a book that tells me to ask the universe for things when I've got God who created the universe? It was just, honestly, I was like, so I went to my friend anyway, who had recommended that I join Arbonne, and I was like, I am not comfortable with reading this book. It's totally against my Christian principles, and I actually find it really offensive that this, knowing that I'm a Christian, this is the kind of book that you want me to read. So she was like, well, don't read it then, but it will help you with your business, and we all make vision boards and things. I just highly recommend that you read the book. So then I went and told all of my team. I was like, guys, they're recommending these books, do not read them. It's telling you that you should ask the universe for things. Well, God created the universe, why wouldn't you just pray to God? Why on earth would you ask the universe for things? So many of my friends totally didn't listen to me and read the book, and then they started practicing the law of attraction, manifestation, meditation, all this new age stuff. And then I started to feel really guilty because I had brought my friends into this business, and then I just saw them all going down this path of deception. It was really hard as a Christian to watch that and know that I had led my friends into that. So although I had warned every single person that joined my business about these books, I still felt that guilt. So I was praying for all of them that they wouldn't be deceived and they wouldn't fall into this new age culture that Arbonne is completely surrounded by. So I guess we've gone into now how it's unbiblical. There's so many things wrong with the Arbonne community, which is really, really sad, because these girls, and by no means am I slating these girls, they are completely deceived. They think that this is the way that they should be living their lives, and they are sharing that with people. So I just pray for these girls, and I ask that you will too, that their eyes will just be opened to what is going on and that it is complete deception. I've actually seen some excellent videos on YouTube from girls who've came out of the new age, not necessarily with network marketing, but who had been sucked into law of attraction. I'll link them down below, and if you know anybody, maybe send them that video so they can watch it, because one that I'm thinking of in particular is really, really good. So yeah, it really affected me that I had brought all of my friends into this business and that they were going down that path. And then to make matters even worse, what we were told to do was buy all of the products. So the way that we ran the business was my sponsor would loan me her products for my parties, for my initial parties, which were called launches, business launches. She would do the party the first time, the second time we would both do it together, and then the third time I would do it by myself and she would just stand back and watch. Then whoever joined my team, I would do that for, so I needed all of the products. So that's how they got you. At the beginning, they talk about an initial investment. You need all the products so that you can host these parties. So I went out and bought loads of the products. I mean, I'm talking, I had all of the different skincare ranges, all of the makeup, and some like bath and body products as well, and the baby set. And then I told my team that they had to do that too, which is how I was so successful, because all of the consultants were buying all of the products. And we thought it was an investment that we would then get back, which, if I'm honest, I don't think any of us got that investment back. We all made sales and we all then felt guilty because we had people joining our team who then went out and bought more products, and everybody basically got in debt from doing that. It was really bad. So then I got wise to that and I stopped telling girls who joined my team to buy all of the products. I would just say, buy products that you will know that you will use, because I ended up with like oily skincare sets. I don't have oily skin. Or like bright red lipsticks. I never wear bright red lipsticks. Things like that in my bathroom that I knew I would never use. And you were supposed to kind of hand these products out to people to try. They were your sample products and take them along to parties, and the hope was that you would make sales from them. But from my experience, it didn't work and we all just ended up in debt. So there was another great thing. I invited people to join my business. They trusted me. They then got led down into a new age belief system and got into debt. Great. So after about 9 months, I decided to cut my losses and get out of Arbonne. So I had a word with everybody in my team personally, one-to-one, and I just said to them, look, I don't think this is a good business. I feel like I'm losing money rather than making money. Although I'm getting high paychecks, I'm actually spending a lot on products myself, and I don't like the way that our upline run this business. But they do totally suck you in, and it's hard to get out of, because you get this whole community of people. So you do weekly trainings, and they're all really positive trainings where they're getting you to say things like affirmations, gratitude. It's got loads of lovely aspects to it, but that's how people were getting deceived into the new age side of things. Because yes, it's great to say affirmations and have positive beliefs about yourself. Yes, it's great to have gratitude first thing on a morning and be grateful, but you're not being grateful to the creator. You're being grateful to the universe, which I have a huge problem with as a Christian. It's a total insult to God. It's a slap in the face. But they don't realise that they're being offensive to God because they don't believe in God. So when I would say things like, but God created the universe, they would be like, well, you believe in that. That's your higher power. And that's your belief, and that's okay. But I believe in the universe. Now I would just be like sitting there like, but but you're so wrong, guys. You're so wrong. But God loves you, and He created you, and He created this universe, and oh, guys, it drove me insane. Anyway, so I got out of it, and then I saw these 2 girls who were Australian. They'd just started Arbonne and they were being super successful with it and hooked me back in. So annoying. So they hooked me back in. I was watching them for a while, and then I thought, they aren't doing all this like manifestation and stuff. They are just running it as an actual business. So I messaged one of them on Instagram and I was like, hi, can you tell me about how you run your Arbonne business, please? And I loved their business model. So the way that they ran it was just, you stop buying products from drugstores and you start buying them from your own Arbonne shop, which I was cool with because I loved Arbonne products anyway. You recommend these products to your friends, you use your Instagram account and your Facebook account to make sales, and that was basically it. So I was like, oh, this is better. It's just run as an actual business for the Arbonne product. I think I'm going to sign up. So I signed up with the Australian girls and I absolutely loved it for months. It was great. It was just run as a business would be, as if I had my own little makeup shop and I was just selling my makeup. And if anyone wanted to join my team, the trainings and everything were all product-based trainings, or how to apply an eyeliner, that kind of stuff. There was nothing new age at all. And then as these girls got higher and higher up in their Arbonne business, they obviously got into the community of other teams, and then they started influencing them, and then I saw the change. And it was so sad to see. They got into manifestation, vision boards, all of the books and podcasts that we were told to listen to in my old team. And I just thought, oh, this is so sad. Like, they're going down that route. And then all of the training started to change to manifesting your dream life, being a boss babe, meditation 101. It was so sad to see. And then I just thought, you know what, I don't want to be a part of this. I can't be a part of this. Like, I'm not going to bring people into this business if that's the kind of training that they're going to get. And I had brought one of my close friends into the business And what really got me the most is the whole, you are the 5 people that you surround yourself with. So they basically say, if you're surrounding yourself with negative people, then you need to cut them out of your life and find some positive people to surround yourself with. And my goodness, the girl that I'm talking about, who was one of my very close friends, stopped talking to her family, her best friends, colleagues, people who had been her friend all of her life. She cut them out because they were warning her about pyramid schemes. And the way that you're taught is that they don't like that you're now trying to better yourself. So because you're doing all of that, they are now being negative towards you because they don't like the person that you're trying to become, because you're trying to better yourself and they're getting left behind. That's the way it's taught to you. So she totally took that on board and thought, right, these are all negative people. They're pulling me down. They're not supporting me. I don't need them in my life. And she cut them all out. Oh. Family members as well. And this is just where I was just like, I cannot do this anymore. And again, I still feel guilty to this day that I brought her into this business in the first place. She would never have done it if it wasn't for me. And people have said to me, like, Katie, you can't blame yourself. They made that decision. They're the ones who choose to go down that route. But it still sits with me that they would never have got into this if it wasn't for me. There is so much more I can say about this community that I was a part of, but I don't want it to be a slamming session. I just want it to be a warning to you that if you are a Christian and you are getting involved in these network marketing companies, please just be very careful when they're telling you to read certain books. Research the book, see what it's about, and if it's new age, just do not read it, just stay away from it. All of the podcasts that they tell you to listen to and the trainings that you go to, just ask the Holy Spirit to guide you and give you that spirit of discernment so that you are aware straight away when something is unbiblical, because it can lead you straight down the wrong path and you can get sucked into it because of the money that you're making and because of the community spirit. It all feels amazing, but just be aware that it's not amazing at all. So I hope this has been helpful. Please do reach out to me if you want to know more. I know that I haven't gone into great depth about it, but I just don't know if I really want to go into too much detail about it all, because like I said, these girls mean well. They're just totally deceived and think that they're doing the right thing. So anyway, I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!